Hi, I'm Carl Silvernail. I live on Orcas Island in the San Juan Islands of Washington State. The San Juans are an absolutely beautiful place to watch birds, and regardless of your bird watching skills, the San Juans have something to offer you. There are over 290 species of birds recorded on in the islands, and there are lots of avian events during the year. The San Juans lie in the Pacific Coast Flyway, which extends from Alaska all the way to South America. And so all through the year, winter, spring, summer, and fall, there are a variety of wonderful birds that pass through the San Juan Islands. So what makes the San Juan Islands so appealing for not only birds but bird watchers? Well, first of all, the San Juans are in the rain shadow of the Olympic area here, which means the temperatures and the climate is very mild. It's not too cool, not too hot, and it sustains an awful lot of bird life. The other thing that makes the San Juans particularly attractive is that there are so many bird habitats here. It is related to the food sources for the birds as well as the climate. But there are beautiful grounds for watching birds and wonderful habitats. For example, there's the open saltwater habitat, and there isn't any other kind of habitat that offers such a volume and diversity of birds. And you can watch the birds from various points on land, that open saltwater habitat, on San Juan Island, particularly Limekiln State Park, and on Orcas Island. But throughout the islands, there's rocky shoreline, which is another major habitat, and it's very extensive in the San Juans because these islands were formed by glaciers, and so you don't have many sandy beaches, although there are some that are habitats for oysters and clams particularly, which draw in a huge number of birds, pelagic birds, double-crested cormorants, oyster catchers, gulls, and all different kinds of those types of brants, cormorants, for example. It's a virtual smorgasbord for these birds in these rocky shoreline conditions. Another shoreline condition that is beautiful for bird watching and offers an awful lot of diversity are the sandy and gravelly shorelines, particularly found in areas on Lopez Island, Agate Beach, for example, and on Orcas Island at the Obstruction Pass Kayakers Park. Beautiful washed gravel shorelines with mud flats and salt marsh, and freshwater lakes throughout the islands. The particular one that I live on is Otter's Pond, which is inhabited by otters, but also has a huge number of migrating ducks that come in the spring particularly. In the wintertime, we get trumpeter swans in from Alaska, and throughout the year we have bald eagles and an occasional golden eagle. This week, for example, we were watching all kinds of kingfishers here and ospreys fishing in the pond. It's a fabulous sight. The other habitat that's very interesting in the San Juans is we do have farmland and rich pasture land. So those are usually inhabited by common ravens, cowbirds, red-winged blackbirds, and all kinds of autumn flocks, water pipits, and meadowlarks, for example. And we have dry grassland, grassy, bald, rocky slope, particularly on the Mount Constitution area of Orcas Island. And all of these habitats, including open woodlands, dry coniferous forests, wet conifer forests, and riparian woodlands, are all habitats for birds. So the San Juans then offer just a huge variety of habitats that attract all different kinds of birds at all different times of the year. And on our Otter's Pond, the red-winged blackbird is the predominant bird. It's here most of the year. It's a bird of decreasing dominance in wetlands because the wetlands are disappearing, and we have still a number of them, and they're protected in the islands. Well, I've already said that there are just a tremendous number of birds because the habitat is so rich. But for birders, we like to look at birds in a variety of settings, and we can do that. We can do that from the ferries that come from all through the inter-island ferry system, as well as the Washington State ferries that ply from Anacortes through the San Juans. We can do it by kayak, and the kayak trails, the Cascadia kayak trails, come up through the islands, and kayakers have an unusual opportunity to see birds from a totally different perspective. In the San Juans, there are a number of hiking trails, particularly those at Moran State Park, that offer venues through mountain lakes and streams and the interior woodlands. And then there's wonderful hiking opportunity along the shorelines as well. So those are the kinds of things. You can sit on a deck someplace. You can be active in a kayak or canoe. You can be hiking. You can be cycling. All those and still watching birds. I'm signing off now. My name is Carl Silvernail. I have Otter's Pond Bed and Breakfast on Orcas Island, and we live on a beautiful protected wetland with wonderful bird life.